Officer Jim Bettencourt, Jimbettencourt, and I'm the Public Information Officer for the Oceanside CHP office. At about 12:51 this morning, a 2006 Freightliner driven by a 33-year-old male from Mexico was traveling northbound Interstate 5 just north of Leucadia Boulevard. For whatever reason, he was just driving the speed limit, starting to slow just a little bit, and from out of nowhere he indicates that he felt a massive collision into the rear of his truck. The driver of that big rig that was starting to slow and was collided into was not injured. In fact, he was able to pull his truck out of the roadway safely into a different location. Upon further investigation, he observed that another big rig struck the rear of his truck, which caused an immediate fire to the big rig. As of right now, we still don't have any information on the driver of the big rig that struck the first one. That driver did die on scene here. As of right now, we do know of one victim. Not sure if there's any other victims in the truck, but one definitely confirmed a victim that did die on scene. Both of these trucks were hauling produce. The first truck was en route to Los Angeles from Mexico. The second truck we really just don't have any information on just yet. This Interstate 5 in the northbound direction just past Leucadia is probably going to be closed for some time just for the investigation as well as cleanup in the involved trucks, because both these trucks were fully loaded and are going to have to be cleaned up here. So it's going to be a while. We do ask anybody who's getting ready for a commute in the morning or looking to come this way to please take an alternate route, because at this time we really can't estimate when we're going to be opening this road.
Right now you're doing what with traffic?
Right now traffic's being completely diverted. We have traffic shut down. We're diverting them off at Leucadia. We're not letting anybody on northbound. It's a full freeway closure on the northbound Interstate 5. So we just really can't give any updates as far as when we're going to have any portion of this freeway open. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. They're exiting off Leucadia Boulevard, back on that La Costa Avenue. Some people might choose to take Leucadia through Encinitas, depending on which way they're trying to go, or even along the coast. That way is probably going to be a better route for them this morning to get around this.
What about the fuel smell and the cleanup for that? Does that prolong your abilities to get the road open?
Absolutely. Caltrans is en route to assist us with cleanup. Any hazmat situation that we may have involving the fuel and that type of cleanup that we're going to have in this area. So as you can see, just from the looks of the crash and everything behind us, it's going to be some time before we're able to get out of here.
Describe the fuel as best you can.
Sure.
The damage to the semi that was the fatality of the fire.
Absolutely. I mean, the cab of the semi that collided into the back of the other semi is pretty much completely destroyed. There's not much left of the semi. The cab is almost completely burned out. The trailer is also burning as well. The fire department's doing their best to try to keep everything under control and in that manner to keep some sort of a little bit of it together. So it's going to be difficult to get that wreckage out of this area just on a simple tow truck. It's going to take a lot more. Yeah, that's correct. They did everything they could to try to locate the driver, try to save the cab but unfortunately, with the collision that was as severe as this, there was really nothing that they could do. The cab is completely destroyed. You know, just thankfully that we have another driver that was completely uninjured in this crash and was able to, you know, get his truck over out of the way and over to the right shoulder.
Any idea on the length of time?
I really can't estimate the length of time. It could be several hours before we're able to get all this stuff out of here. There's a lot of debris in the roadway, a lot of measurements that the officers have to take as far as the investigation is concerned, so we're going to be here for a while.
Do you know the company names of the two semis involved?
I don't. The original company name I have is Evergreen Vegetable Distribution. and they're out of Tijuana, Mexico, and that's the truck that was hit. That's the one where there was no injuries. He was carrying fruits and vegetables en route to Los Angeles. So, you know, that's all we know. We don't have any information on the truck that's burnt up right now, or any information on the driver. And I'm not anticipating that we're going to have any information on the driver anytime soon.
So it's an unmarked truck, but even though you can see the license plate.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to be able to get information on the trailer, but as far as the actual rig is concerned and who it's registered to and any information on the driver, there's not much left of the cab, so it may take some work from the medical examiner's office before we can really identify who that driver is.
Speed difference between the two vehicles?
It does appear that that's the case, so we're not exactly sure what was going on with the second big rig, but the driver definitely said that he did feel quite a collision to the rear, and anything to start a major fire like you see here had to be pretty significant. I don't have any information on how fast the first driver was going. He did say that he was driving pretty slow at the time. Not sure what that means, but hopefully we'll be able to find that out in the investigation.